Welcome to part 4 of our series, Navigating the NIAGADS Alzheimer's Genomics Database. This video will cover the variant report page. Picking up where we left off in part 3, I'm interested in a variant near the BIN1 gene in the track I loaded from the IGAP study, this one right here. To learn more about this variant, I can click on it in the Genome browser, which will launch a pop-up that has a hyperlink. Clicking on this hyperlink will take me to the report page for this variant. Similar to the gene page we covered in part 2, the top section of the page has basic background information. In this case, location in the genome, ref SNP ID, type of variant, alleles, if it's an ADSP variant, and consequence. If the variant happens to be multi-allelic, I'll also get a notification like this. Clicking on this link will take me to the report page for the alternative allele. Below is a graph that shows the evidence for the variant in different diseases. The colors of the bars represent different p-value thresholds. Hovering over the bar will give you a breakdown of how many times the variant showed up in the different GWAS summary statistics at different levels of significance. 5e to the negative 8 is considered the threshold for genome-wide significance, while anything greater than this, but less than 1e to the negative 3, is considered significant, but not genome-wide significant. Let's look at the trait association section below. This first table will show you the evidence from each dataset for the variant. By default, the table is only set to show those datasets where the variant had a genome-wide significance, a p-value less than 5e to the negative 8. You can filter the table using the filter menu. You can change the stringency of the p-value or filter by sample phenotype, which includes population, covariates, biomarkers, and tissue types, if applicable. Let's say for this example, I'm only interested in datasets where the variant achieved genome-wide significance in African American populations. By clicking this filter, the table will now only show me datasets that meet this criteria. To remove a filter, click on the filter menu and click Reset Filter. I can also add or remove columns from the table by going to the column menu and toggling them on or off. Finally, I can search the table by text. Let's say I'm only interested in datasets from the IGAP study. Right now I have 11 total. If I put IGAP in this search bar, I now only have 8 datasets available, those applicable to an IGAP study. Below this table is the table with the evidence for the variant in other AD-related neuropathies and biomarkers. By default, again, the table will only show you datasets where the variant reached genome-wide significance. I can remove this filter if I want, though, and then the datasets returned are where the variant met the minimum threshold of significance, 1e to the negative 3. Below this is the GWAS catalog section. Here, in this section, it contains published risk association for the variant from the studies in the NHGRI EVI GWAS catalog. The information in the table shows the evidence found for each study where the variant met the minimum threshold for genome-wide significance. Below this is the genetic variation section. Here you can look at frequency by population as well as linkage. Finally, in the last section, you can see if there are any predicted functional implications for the variant. Now that I've figured out that my variant of interest is in the IGAP1 study, I can go learn more about that study, which will be covered in the final installment of series, Navigating the Study Report page.